For a while now, AI has kind of been trapped behind our screens, right? Writing code, making images. But suddenly, almost overnight, it's grown legs. Literally. We're looking at a deployment that is scaling way, way faster than anyone really planned for. It's stepping straight out of the lab and into our physical reality. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into the totally unchecked rollout of physical AI. Figure, Tesla, Nvidia. We have to stop thinking of these as just tech companies. They are basically the unelected architects of an entirely new labor force. And here is the cold, hard reality of the moment we're living in. Nobody actually elected the people building these machines. Nobody approved this mass rollout. A handful of corporations just decided to unleash autonomous, physical AI into the real world. And the rest of society? Well, we're just scrambling to catch up. To put this into perspective, look at this number. 12,000. That is the targeted annual production capacity for this year alone at Figure's Bot-Q facility. We're not talking about some fragile, wired-up prototypes stumbling on a treadmill anymore. These are machines on actual factory floors. They're filling real shifts. The whole science project phase? Yeah, that's officially over. The era of the humanoid assembly line is here. Act 1. The numbers. Because the difference between, slick corporate PR and the actual factory floor is literally everything. Look at Figure. In just 120 days, their Bot-Q facility scaled production by 24 times. They went from building one robot a day to churning out one every single hour. Now flip over and compare that reality to Tesla. They've been driving the biggest narrative in this space, promising 10 million units. But as of January 2026, exactly 0 Optimus robots were actually doing useful work in a Tesla factory. And that brings us to the ultimate physical bottleneck. Software can scale infinitely, right? Like literally overnight. But hardware? Hardware is chained to the brutal laws of physics and supply chains. An Optimus robot has over 10,000 unique components. 10,000. If you are missing just one single screw, the whole thing grinds to a halt. Tesla's actually gutting existing production lines to try and build a new factory in 4 months, which really just proves how wildly unforgiving the physical realities of robot manufacturing actually are. Act 2. The intelligence infrastructure. Because here's the thing. A shiny titanium body without a brain is, well, it's just a really expensive statue. To understand how these machines actually think, we need to look at VLA, or Vision Language Action Models. See, old-school robots needed hard-coded instructions for every single millimeter they moved. But a VLA model, like Physical Intelligence's Pi 0.5, it processes what it sees and what it reads all at the same time to actually reason and act. It's trained to walk into a totally unpredictable, messy human house, hear something like clean the bedroom, and dynamically figure out how to do that without crashing into your furniture. We are trading factory predictability for open-world resourcefulness. And you don't even have to build a robot to control this industry. Take Nvidia. They don't manufacture humanoid bodies at all. But with their GRTN 1.7 model, they're essentially supplying the nervous system for everyone else. They trained this thing on over 20,000 hours of human video and proved something wild: the first ever dexterity scaling law. Basically, the more human video you feed the AI, the better its physical dexterity gets. It's that simple. And by offering this out-of-the-box brain as open source, NVIDIA's wielding absolute infrastructure power. They're quietly dictating what almost every robot on planet Earth is actually going to be capable of doing. Act 3. The 4-quadrant ecosystem. So if we zoom out, the whole global physical AI ecosystem is basically divided into 4 quadrants. You've got the manufacturers like Figure and Tesla building the bodies, the platforms like Nvidia supplying the brains, the buyers like BMW ready to deploy them, and then the regulators, which is just a chillingly empty space. 3 of these quadrants are moving at absolute lightning speed, pouring billions into scaling up this autonomous labor force. And the government's quadrant? They aren't even fully in the room yet. Act 4. The governance vacuum. Now, it's not that laws literally don't exist. For instance, the EU AI Act officially classifies these humanoid robots as high-risk systems. And on paper, that sounds great, right? It demands mandatory human oversight, kill switches, strict cybersecurity. But let's be real. Passing a piece of legislation and actually enforcing it on physical autonomous machines wandering around, those are 2 entirely different realities. And here is the fatal flaw in the whole setup. The high-risk label exists, sure, but the accountable party? It doesn't. Think about it. If a newly downloaded VLA algorithm makes a catastrophic physical error on the floor of a Spartanburg factory, who exactly is legally responsible? Is it the AI developer, Is it the robot manufacturer, the factory owner? The boundary of responsibility is completely 100% unresolved. And we know exactly where this leads, don't we? Think back to the early days of the internet. Tech platforms basically wrote the rules of the digital world way before governments even understood what needed regulating. Physical AI is running that exact same playbook right now. Scale up first, ask for permission later. But there is one massive, terrifying difference here. A software bug on a social media platform might cause you to lose some data. A software bug in a 135-pound autonomous metal machine, that causes real-world physical destruction. So let's recap. Figure is building the bodies. Tesla is aggressively promising them. Nvidia is supplying the nervous systems. This mass deployment is happening right now, out in the open, whether we voted for it or not. The question isn't whether this technology is going to change the world anymore. That's a given. The real question we should be asking is this rollout still steerable, or has the decision already been made for us?